All right, we're recording here. It's March 8th, 2012, and we have a little music going on, which is really good. A nice tambourine in the background. Anyway, all right, so let's get to work on this. A minute ago, I was at the library, and it's beginning to show. I have to bring up one very important point. Long time ago, they figured out, the government did, when all these computers started going, that they made a law, federal law, and you'll see it on every computer. It says this device must accept any interference, any harmful interference, and this device cannot cause harmful interference and if complying with both of these may cause undesired operation. This is to actually keep track of people. This is actually to spy on people. And, you know, what makes this really, really bad is that these people are playing games with everybody. It doesn't matter who it is. They're so paranoid, okay, and this is even before 9/11. They're so paranoid that they got to be this control freak garbage going on everywhere. Now, I showed you a minute ago on my other video, I had some comments. If you're going to comment, go make those comments to the White House. And no, I'm not senile, you are. And read, when I'm done with this video, right here, let's see, where is it? Over here? No, over here on this side of the screen, right here, is where I'm going to put a little square, and it says that every American is a willing tax-paying child killer, baby killer in all your wars, from Vietnam, Panama, when they went after Noriega. There are all kinds of atrocities that your country, your tax dollar paid for. And don't tell me that you had no control over it. You do. And if you're Christian, it's even going to be worse on you because your faith is questioned. Your faith is questioned 24/7 while you're awake and while you're asleep because you're nothing but liars. Liars, cheats, and stupid idiots who keep on voting for these candidates. Now, in my other video, which I did at the library, it says right on there, Obama raised $130 million. Do you know he gets to pull an extra $130 million out of the campaign fund that's on your tax form? Now, there's the secret. I'm telling you, since 1972, since that thing has been put on your tax form to give you the voluntary right, listen carefully, the voluntary right to donate $1, you and your spouse, you check it off in the box, your free right to donate $1 to not just presidential matching funds, but senatorial, congressional representatives. They raise, like Obama, raised $130 million, he should be able to draw $130 million from that same campaign fund, matching funds thing that's on your tax form every year. This is why I'm telling people, don't pay your taxes, boycott the government, state, federal, and local. Stop buying gasoline, or get a horse, or get a bicycle and a horse. I mean, if you can afford to pay the $5 a gallon, hey, you might as well just dump the car, park it in the driveway. Oh, and then building safety will come bug you. It better be state registered, because if it isn't, they can tow it off your property without a warrant. That's how it is in L.A. They can tow away your motorhome if you're living in it on the street. You know, you're supporting the banks, and you're letting them control you. Oh, you think you've got an easy life because you're middle class? It could happen to you at any time. When I see those hurricane victims and tornado victims, I go, good. Now you know how it feels to lose everything. The only difference between them and me is that my damages, my property being taken from me, was done by the color of law. It was done by man, by intentional human beings who chose a destructive path to destroy my life, rather than choose a peaceful alternative way, like giving me money to leave the whole United States. I've said that for more than 20 years. You people are evil. Your cops are evil. Your judges are evil. Your lawyers are evil. The people are evil. You're all hypocrites. You're no different than the Romans were when they were feeding Christians to the lions. And then when Christ finally won out, all the people that believed in Christ, you started burning people at the stake for not being Christian. Hey, you know, you people you're just so full of contradictions, and you continue to perpetuate the contradiction in every phase of life. So here I am, just talking my stuff, and you people are never going to change. This is what you want, so you get what you deserve. And when an ambulance and the forest fires happen and the natural disasters, like I said, the only difference between the people who have lost all of their possessions from natural disasters is mine was done intentionally by people. And you've done it intentionally too, by killing innocent men, women, and children in other countries with your friendly fire. Do you know how many atrocities you've done? You've played a part in? And let me tell you how guilty you are. You know, if somebody, two people, go and rob a 7-Eleven, and one of them gets shot by the owner of the 7-Eleven, okay, the other one gets charged with his or her buddy's, what do you call it, accomplice. His or her buddy who was accomplice, who died, the other person who was also trying to rob gets charged with their murder. The owner doesn't get charged with the murder, even though they literally killed the first robber. The second robber gets charged with that murder. Well, wouldn't it be the same thing if you go to a country claiming, oh, we're doing this, we're having the war in Iraq and Afghanistan in the cause of liberty, we're going to bring democracy to other people, even though it may kill thousands of babies and pregnant women and other people? How do you think you create terrorism? You do it. I didn't do it. If you lose your personal possessions from a natural disaster, I say good, because you now have joined me in understanding what it means when you just take people's property using the color of law, wrongfully and unfairly. This is what you are made of. Hypocrisy, contradiction, greed, ego, selfishness. Oh, what's in it for me? So you're the ones who are the problem. Like I said, you want to make a comment, don't make a comment to my video, because you're just a stupid hypocrite, especially if it's against me. You should be 100% on my side. You're the senile one, okay? That's why I blocked you. You're an ass wipe, okay? Like all the other people who make comments. I'd rather you make your comments to the stinking White House, okay? Make your comments to Texas and George Bush. Make your comments to all your senators and your congresspeople. You're the chicken crap. You're the chicken asses who don't have any courage at all. I've given you all the ammunition you need. You want to call the White House? You can call all their private numbers. All you have to do is dial 202-456, and the last 4 digits, you got to work at it. You got to dial one number after the other until you reach a working number. And that number will probably be the White House Chief of Staff. It'll most likely be a recording. But you can leave your recording on there and say, hey, I think you're full of it, blah, blah, blah. You can leave your positive or negative message right on there. Your voice will be recorded. Of course, you might get visited by the Secret Service. But you know what? If more people looked at my views and I had the same views as some naked view of some naked girl, okay, on there, where they have multi-millions of views, the White House would be so inundated by so many calls that they'd say, Caesar, you win. Guess what? We're going to give you a debate. We're going to let you talk. We're going to let you debate all of us. Yeah, you should me. And I should get the Nobel Prize, because for the last more than 20 years, I've lived a poor life because I never wanted to pay taxes to be an aiding and abetting death and destruction that the United States of America does to other people in other countries. And I'm surprised that other countries, even the terrorists, haven't come to my side, haven't said, oh yeah, we're for him. At least he's saying he's been mistreated by his own country. And here I am in my country, Afghanistan or Iraq, and I've been mistreated by my own country and by the Americans who dropped a bomb on my family. And then you say, oops, sorry, we hit the wrong house. You know what? You're full of it, because you've got no class. None of you politicians have any class, and you certainly don't have any charm. And whatever charm you do display on public TV, which I never get equal attention on, it's all false. It's all evil. You're the ones with the problem, not me. You're the ones that you don't have any original thinking, no intelligence in being able to run a boycott or a protest. Like I said, call the White House. starting with the last 4 digits, 0001, 0002. You'll get the White House travel line. You'll get the chief of staff. You'll get, I can't call the White House anymore because they threaten me with jail if I did it anymore. So you'll get to see every one of my videos. I did a lot of them today, but I'm not going to be able to do them all in one day. But I'm going to put that little, you're going to see that note that's going to appear over here, that speech bubble, and it's going to say, every one of you evil American taxpayers are responsible for death and destruction of innocent men, women, and children. And I'm never going to let you forget about it. You'll walk. You're hypocrites if you're Christians. You're hypocrites if your belief in any religion. It doesn't matter what it is. Even if you're a Buddhist. If you pay taxes here, you're guilty of killing somebody's child somewhere in the world. Now there is an alternative, and I know the alternative, but I'll burn in hell or go to wherever negative place you think I might go before I tell you, because I'm not stupid. I'm not going to give Obama my idea when I'm not even getting equal attention. I'm not going to give any politician any of the alternative ideas that I possess. They'll never possess them because they'll never talk about them on the national news, because the national news and the media and the politicians, they're all controlled by the Bilderberg Group, the Trilateral Commission, the Rockefellers, the rich money interest, the International Monetary Fund. This is all money. You know, you can't take it with you. Go watch the movie with Jimmy Stewart, where he mentions, the name of the movie is You Can't Take It With You. Or go watch the movie Meet John Doe. You people just don't get it. And here I am. You've got a dying man talking to you. At some point, I'm going to be so sick from the dental sepsis I've got going that I'm not going to be able to keep this up forever. But I hope to at least last until the November election. But, I should be getting equal attention across the media, across the whole national media. If William McKinley could campaign from his front porch at home, I was doing that in 2008, and I was attacked at the house of DeSoto and Hart, and false calls, false accusations, false police reports. You're the people that caused my death and destruction. And I swear to, if there really is a God, I swear to God, I'll make the same oath that Thomas Jefferson makes at that rotunda in his memorial in Washington, D.C. I sworn an oath on the altar of God of eternal hostility towards any tyranny over the mind of any man, woman, or child. And that's exactly what you represent. Every politician this is my message to all of you, including the terrorist, because you have an alternative too. You could support me instead of supporting violence, and that will destroy the United States. You could be making those calls to the White House and using that rotary number thing that I've given you. You could be causing them so much grief and agony, but now you're going to go blow yourselves up and do all other stupid stuff. And that's what you are. You're just as stupid as the politicians are. You use violence instead of finding a non-destructive, peaceful way to all of your complex problems today. I know all the answers. Trust me. I know 99.9% of the answers that will work. But you think I'm going to share them with you? You'd have a better chance of burning in hell or thinking you're ever going to go to heaven than to think I'm going to share any of that with you. Bad enough you ignored my spherical oil tanker, which could have brought no oil spills, almost zero oil spills to the whole planet since 1979. You could have had recycled houses that would have kept water shortages from happening in drought-borne areas like LA or in Carolinas. You people are just stupid. And you make comments to me on you put me down on my website. Like I said, I want to block all of you. Go make your comments to the White House. Go make those negative comments someplace else. I don't have time for them. I'm a dying man, and I'm not even a person on death row has given a last request. And my last request is I challenge every one of you stinking presidential politicians to debate me on St. Patrick's Day. You've already failed to meet me here in Los Angeles on Valentine's Day. As a matter of fact, Obama came here the day after Valentine's Day, acting like he didn't know a thing about my challenge. You're the asses and you're the idiots. Anyway, it's 14 minutes and 40 seconds into this. I don't know how long it's going to take to load up. And see you later. Bye.